Yeah. Looping. Yeah, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Dollar Hour. Happy Thursday, everybody. Happy Thursday. Welcome to the Dollar Hour. I am Deontay Burton, aka Mr. Short Dollar himself. We got an awesome show planned for you guys tonight. Tonight's show, we're talking about something that I think a lot of people fall I'm gonna call it a trap, but it's a situation I think a lot of people fall into, and it's more so when looking at the world of entrepreneurship. Mm-hmm. And what we're talking about today is how some people make business look easy, even when it's difficult. Mm-hmm. And the reason why I want to talk about this show today is because, being in the city of Atlanta where every damn body is an entrepreneur.
That's right.
A lot of times people want to start entrepreneurship, and the person that's been, doing businesses here and there my whole life. I love when people want to start a new business to do something, in addition to what they might have to their job and whatever. I love seeing that. I love people in entrepreneurship. I love teaching people, help people in entrepreneurship. But a lot of times people start entrepreneurship off the premise that they can make their lives easier. And I understand that there are certain components and traits each person, when you start being an entrepreneur, gotta have, mm-hmm. right? And I wanted to have that discussion tonight because I have a lot of people meet, on my accounting business, been in business 22 years. I see the whole gamut, mm-hmm. from different phases. People for the idea, starting up, in business, struggling in business, losing the business, then lost the business, all the different phases I've seen over the years. And a lot of times when you start having conversation with people, try to figure out what they're doing right, what they're doing wrong, a lot of stuff really, a lot of the issues come up really from misplanning. Mm-hmm. Misplanning and basing a lot of stuff off perceptions. And that's why I want to have that conversation tonight about those perceptions. Because again, tonight we're talking about how some people make business look easy, even when it's difficult. Because a lot of times when people get into business, that's when they start seeing, mm-hmm. I didn't know this was happening. Right. Oh man, I got to pay for this, got to pay for that, all this other kind of stuff, because the internet got everybody messed up.
They do.
They
do.
They got everybody messed up, and you only got to do this, you only got to do that. Right. And people don't know what the hell they're talking about.
Most of the time. Most of the time.
Yeah, but we're going to have a good discussion tonight, guys. Remember, the call-in number is 678-740-9894. Again, the call-in number is 678-740-9894. Before we get started, I want to say what's up to my house producer, DJ Lab.
What's going on, brother? Another Thursday.
Yes,
best day of the week, right?
Absolutely.
Get that short dollar message.
Got my maker's mark and my fit. We good to go.
Right.
I seen my ex-wife today. Well, shout out my son William. He had the arts exhibition, mm-hmm. exhibit. At his middle school, man. Will be had some nice little pieces. I'm gonna post them on my social media. Okay. Yeah. Shout out. I see my ex-wife. Now I know she thought MF, but she didn't say MF.
So
mother.
Sean said, what's going on? Sean Jenkins said, hey, what's up?
What's up, Sean? What's going on, brother? Appreciate you tuning in.
Yeah.
Also, we'll say what's up to my other producer, Sleep 316. What's up,
right.
Reek?
Always in the building.
Thanks for the advice, Reek. And again, tonight's show, we're talking about how some people make business look easy, even when it's difficult. Again, this is the Dollar Hour. I am Deontay Burton, aka Mr. Short Dollar himself. On the Mr. Short Dollar platform, we talk about business, entrepreneurship, personal finance, and investing. I know right now we're streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok, and Twitter. But the main hub is the Mr. Short Dollar YouTube channel. Again, that's Mr. Short Dollar on YouTube, where we have over 800 videos covering those particular subjects we just talked about. Also including, we have a grant playlist with over 150 active grants. So regardless of what platform you are looking on right now, and I appreciate you tuning in, remember to go to Mr. Short Dollar on YouTube. You just put in Mr. Short Dollar on Google. You'll see the big head of mine pop up. Go to the YouTube channel. Subscribe to the channel and take advantage of all the great information that we currently have on the channel, and all the good information we have coming down the pipe.
Slick, do that. I'm sorry, I mean to cut you out there. Do that number and title again. It won't let me pin it for some reason. So just do it for me one more time. Let me see if it's me or whatever.
Okay.
All right.
That's cool. Yeah, I got it working this week on the Instagram. I got it on the TikTok too. Yeah, guys, remember, feel free to call in 678-740-9894. Again, we're talking about how some people make business look easy, even when it's difficult. And what I was just starting on before, we talking about people who make business look easy despite its challenges. Also possess certain traits and qualities and skills that contribute to their success. And what we're going to discuss is some of the reasons why people may possess some of these qualities that make it look easy. But as I was alluding to before, a lot of times, I look at different videos where you have different gurus, and I do think that people are selling certain things to people. I want to say they dreams. Could be, different people got different products out there, and I won't get into who's scamming, who ain't.
Right.
See different industries from. Me being in the tax preparation business. Everybody want to sell the tax preparation business.
That's right.
And I got my own course. Well, I just pretty much I just teach you the brick and mortar, how to structure it out, build it out, market it, but I don't sell dreams.
Right.
Because I'm 22 years in the game. I know it's hard.
Right.
And I got my scars and stuff, but a lot of times people tell you can make this amount of money and all that. You can, but you can make it off the rip.
Okay.
And what was the hot thing? Trucking. What's another one, Lab?
Trade lines, getting your credit straight.
Yeah. What's the other? Speaking. Books.
I saw somebody about credit straight the other day.
Yeah.
And all these Bentleys and stuff. I said, he lying.
Well, even with like writing books, selling merchandise, everybody has different things that people, when you're looking at putting your toe in entrepreneurship, in ways you can be able to be successful, especially if you're on your own. You just want to do your you do your landscaping, you want to start your start your food business up, painting, electrical, whatever you want to do on the side. I see Guilty as Hell podcast said life coaching. It's the whole gamut. The thing of it is that what I think people fail to realize, you can do anything, right? That's just like my best friend. One of my best friends is a mechanic. Like, I know I can put an engine in a damn car. Anybody can do it. Right. But like, in theory, you can.
It sounds good.
Yeah.
It sounds good.
But when you start thinking about certain things, being at a certain torque here, lined up here, now it's difficult.
Right.
So you actually go get your LLC, get your business license. You got your logo. You got your social media set up and everything like that.
Right.
But you ain't got nobody buying your shit. And that's what. Hey, man.
Yeah, not one.
Hey, what you at?
Not one customer.
Nobody buying your shirts. Nobody's doing this, that, and that. And then sometimes you may have an organic base. Some people are doing stuff, and then because it start off the opposite. You can be slammed. Everybody supporting you. It's cool. Everybody like your little cups, your shirts, or whatever. You guys, when I say little, anytime I say it in the conversation, I'm not being condescending.
Right.
But people may support you. Then all of a sudden, it's kind of like trendy, right?
Right.
And then all of a sudden, nobody ain't going to you. What we see all the times: wing shops, cigar spots, brunch spots, food trucks and stuff. Right. A lot of stuff kind of trendy. And I'm not trying to knock nobody business and stuff like that, but we start kind of looking at how things go. All business is not sustainable.
That's right.
So, and I think a lot of times people, when they look at just what's out there, they get that confused in regards to, hey, this is something I can do continuously. And I'm not saying that for somebody to be hesitant about starting a business, but I do want people to understand when we go into the world of entrepreneurship, getting your business out, now you start putting money into marketing, just say even brick and mortar, you want to get a retail space or any kind of office space. Understand everybody got a business is just like a person. They got life expectancies. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you may transcend where, something may last generation and stuff. That does happen. Right. But for the most part, it depends on what you're doing. It may have a certain shelf life, right? And that's why sometimes you have to, adjust what products and services that you provide because, depending if it's kind of trendy or cyclical at that particular point, it may not be something that lasts. And that's one of the conversations I have a lot of time with people, because they're so stuck into what they want to do, but forgetting that you're not buying your product or paying for your service, right? So a lot of times the customer can change their mind about what they want, but people don't really think about it like that, right?
Okay, I get you.
And you could turn around and just see, because I'm going to use myself, for example. I know all the time people come to us, hey, I want to do taxes this year. I want to prepare taxes. Because they look at on hey man, you can make a lot of money. You just got to put the stuff in the computer and the tax stuff come out, right?
Mm-hmm.
But they ain't understanding, like, I have a system, structure.
Right.
We're doing marketing, we're doing advertising, all
Right.
that kind of stuff. And once you start wanting to do taxes, what people find out very quickly is what the people, you may know a lot of people, you may be very popular, but they don't want you to know their personal business.
Right.
And you looking like I got this big family, I got all these friends, but hey, your friend don't want you to know they
personal
they
business,
actually income
right,
and stuff.
Right.
So now you're like, well, I'm still, they support you,
right,
but it's not a support as far as business, but it supports verbal. Hey man, how you doing? This, that, and that. And a lot of folks can't understand that.
Right. Okay, I get
right?
what you're saying.
Same thing with restaurants, same thing with clothing, this, that, and that. And I think a lot of times people not psychologically ready for those particular things, right?
Yeah.
And so that's why I say sometimes when you see people that actually having success, I know people say all the time, well, man, Poochie doing this, he can do that.
Right.
I know I can do it. You ain't Poochie.
Right.
Right.
What we say when we talk about these podcasts, we say how they get 17, 20,000 people tune in. You know what I'm saying? While they live, what they doing that we not doing, and we always think that they're making it look easy, but after we went through it, it's a process.
It's a process, and it can be several things. It could be that and probably one of the most obvious that people don't never see. Man, they're putting in a lot of damn work,
right,
outside of the 30 minutes to an hour on the podcast.
Right.
They may be spending hours in doing it. Other thing might be putting money in marketing,
right,
putting money in promotions.
Right.
You find out real quick, a lot of it got less to do with the amount of damn equipment you got. And shit, you gotta be, and plus you gotta be interesting.
Right.
That I think a lot of people just don't get that part.
Yeah, I think people get fooled with the equipment part, but go ahead. I'm sorry.
That plus, and understand the long haul. I'm a big proponent of going to groups and masterminds, but it's kind of thought process. What are you gonna do for 2 or 3 years? Do you love something enough to do for 2 or 3 years without getting paid for it?
Right.
With everything, and shoot, what we in, like year 5 or 6, maybe 7? I don't even know where we are.
We in the 6th year.
Yeah. Now we might be 7 of changing live, or maybe 6 of Mr. Short Dog.
Right.
And but you talking about the first 3-4 years, we weren't getting no money.
We wasn't getting no views.
No, we having fun like we have now.
Right.
But we weren't getting any money.
Right.
And I'm gonna be honest with you, I can be some of that money shit threw me off, because now I'm worried somebody getting money, kind of getting away from it being fun sometimes,
Right.
But my ass going through that damn divorce. Worry about she taking my damn money. That ain't never fun.
Say hey to your mama while we got a second.
What's up, mama?
Yeah. She came in a few minutes ago.
My mom
she's not late.
My mom had a sale. Poochie, I got a sale. She caught a sale on what was that? Ribs or something, man. I was just waking up earlier, man. She was just really hammering down this sale. But I'll give you a call tomorrow. Tomorrow, Mom. Yeah. Right. You want me to buy you some? Right. I'll let you know.
Right.
Thank you for tuning in, Mom. But that's why we had that discussion today, because again, what we've talked about, these actual traits that entrepreneurs need to have. But I really want people to understand business is tough.
It's very tough.
Business is tough, because one of the key things I think people on, you can go to a job every day, and I understand this, everyone. The same thing I say to anyone, same thing I say to my children, whatever. I love working for myself, but I always tell people I work 20 hours a day. So I have to work 40 hours a week.
Mm-hmm.
And what people miss a lot of times, you may have success at your job, and you may do things that you probably can get paid for in the private sector for yourself. You probably make, get paid with doing it. The thing of it coming in, when you have that structure being a job, a lot of stuff is in place that you got to create as an entrepreneur. As far as your systems, your whole HR stuff. I ain't got no sick leave, I ain't got no PTO, I ain't got none of that shit.
You don't work, you don't get paid.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
I ain't working, I ain't getting paid.
Right.
I was looking at a video. Well, when you remember the thing with Keith Lee went to the restaurants in Atlanta, and a lot of times, I don't know if I think what Candy Burris gave the rebuttal, and she just saying, like, we have certain staffs or certain days we're going. That's why we don't. I think it was certain days that they don't take walk-ins or whatever. I forgot exactly what it was.
Right.
But I understood. And if I'm mispronounced, if I'm misstating it wrong, I apologize. But it has nothing to do with my point. The thing I want people to understand, when I look at the comments, people will hire more people, do this, that, and that.
Right.
That's how I know people not owners. Because in theory, yeah, you can hire more people to do this and get more people to do that. Shit, y'all don't know the psychology of a damn people.
That's number one.
People come in and work, quit,
right,
steal your shit, talk, take, will be on the phone. You go in a restaurant, they over there on the phone doing this, that, and that, flirt. I mean, dog, like, and while you're in the whole thing of trying to make money, you're doing it, and this is universal. We're in the business.
Right.
We're doing landscaping. I got a restaurant. We doing construction. I'm in the office. You don't know how people are going to act.
Right.
When you hire, because like in theory, I'm going to get more bodies to do more work and everything, and it's cool. But man, when you and it's just like in dating, everybody gonna have their best face out.
Right, always.
And depending and also depending on where you are in that particular state. And when I'm talking about as far as with the hiring process, how much you gonna scrutinize them?
Right.
You might like, damn man, I got this shop going. I need somebody here working. You might not be asking those critical questions and stuff like that. And that's why I try to tell people. It's just like when you look at your target. And I'm gonna do some videos on that. When you look at your target customer,
your target audience,
target. This is who I'm trying to get to pick my stove. Because again, guys, that's one of the key things we talk about in business. You can't just shoot the arrow in the damn forest and just expect to hit every tree. Everybody's not going to use your service. Everybody, and that's why you even have you see those Fortune 500 companies. They put so much money in research and development and marketing to find out who they know how their customer looks, right? And that base may be wide or narrow, but they have an idea. And so you got to do the same thing when you're hiring people. You know what I'm saying? When I had the salon, 17 years I had the salon, right? And I knew with that salon, I knew how my stylist had to look.
Right.
Because they were paying for their suites. So they were the ones paying me, not the people coming in doing hair.
Right.
But I knew in that salon you had to be 35 and up.
Okay.
Preferably 40 and up.
Okay.
Been in the business 10, 15, 20 years because I went on a major strip. So you had to have your own clientele.
Right.
And I kind of looked at them. They had to be older, don't want to be bothered.
A little bit more professional.
Make stuff serviceable. And everything. Well, the thing of it is, a lot of times, the professionals may come with experience, but you just I knew that I didn't want folks that was going to have chaos. I couldn't have lash girls. I couldn't have the glamour girls and the young people in there. Not saying they were bad, but older as far as chemistry and stuff. And that's who I marketed to. So if a young person came, I couldn't put them in my shop. They were going to throw the chemistry off.
Okay.
Right or wrong, fair, unfair. But I knew that, right? And that's why I was able to keep that shop 17 years opening and closing myself.
Right.
Because I knew what that target looked at. Same thing with my tag business. I ain't the hook me up dude.
Right.
Like, I'm going to do it right. I ain't cheap.
Right.
Right? You know what I'm saying? I'm an accountant. You walk in my office, I got all these damn plaques on the wall. You got to pay for that.
Right.
But I'm over deliver with it, right? So I know, for you coming there, well, how much you going to? I don't even need to deal with you.
Right.
You got to pay for we got to pay for them degrees. I ain't tripping, but that's how that is, right?
It's not H&R Block.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna get no audit or nothing. We gonna try to make sure that don't happen
at
all.
Well, and if you do, you're gonna be able to catch me. You ain't gonna be able to get hey, I can't find them.
Right.
So all those things in place, but you know how your customer, you know what customer you want, but you also got to know who the people you want to work for. You know them. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I think a lot of times people skip over.
I've been asking, how much time do you think the regular entrepreneur spends on customer acquisition and find their target demographic audience? How much time do you actually think they spend on that?
Hardly any, because at the end of the day, they don't know it. They don't know it. And I'm not trying to say everybody need to start a business or need to be educated or have a college degree, but you need to have some kind of education in actual operations. I was talking to my man, shout out my man Block. He a Cigarville out there in Smyrna. I stopped by, hollered at him. Me and him chopped it up for a couple hours last night. And one thing that he said, we're doing, I thought it was real cool. He just bought that place about a couple months ago. He said, man, probably maybe a year. He just volunteered to work in now.
Okay.
And a lot of guys, people know I smoke cigars.
Right.
A lot of guys that start cigar spots are like me. They enjoy smoking, but they don't know business.
Okay.
Inventory, pricing, staging, all that kind of stuff, marketing. And I think one thing I think is right now that's hurting those cigar bars right now. People really think it's cool because you segregate it, but once you get into it, the money might not necessarily go how you want to be.
Right.
Now everybody doing everything. Now they got the damn artist singing. Now
Yeah.
they got this and that and all that kind of stuff. But you know, if you got a certain, like I said, going back to that target customer, target person working, you know, like you might just want to just be a chill spot.
You're right. You might know that you need to open between 2 p.m. and 11 p.m. because you know that's once they get out of work, they're gonna come to your spot, smoke a cigar, drink a little Maker's Mark, and have a good time. But they're gonna be gone by 11 because they gotta go to work tomorrow.
And be prepared if they don't.
Right.
You know, and those kind of things are very, very important. We're doing that.
Did you hear? I'm sorry, I'm gonna cut you off.
Mm-hmm.
Did you hear Frank Ski put his video up about
very insightful.
Right.
Yeah, very insightful. And
did you send that to me?
I think I sent that.
Okay, yeah.
It was very insightful. And the thing that a lot of people weren't grasping when he was talking about, and what Larry was talking about, Frank Ski was he's a local radio DJ, but he's also been a business owner in Atlanta at a restaurant. He was telling about different reasons why black restaurants fail. A lot of them fail. But one of the key things, people in the comments like, well, didn't he have one? But that's why he's speaking out experience.
Right. He knows.
And a lot of times when people don't necessarily, have them experiences, they don't understand. And, just like we kids came in, you and Rick were hollering at me. The hell I look like arguing with y'all. Right. Okay, cool.
Right.
Sometimes people can't understand, like, criticism is not negative.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Even if somebody may be giving you criticism of words that may not be versed with a particular business.
Right.
You got to put your, can't have no thin skin.
Right.
You talking to somebody know what the hell they talk about or whatever. Right? But with that said, they may say out of 10 things, one thing, damn, that did make sense.
Right.
So you can't really just be so closed. I got it.
You can't excuse.
You have a vision, but I think a lot of times people just really don't be as versed with business. Well, with doing it, and I'm one of those people that have been in business for years and also have had a lot of success. But I also had some failures too.
Right.
And I've used all them failures as a teaching moments.
Yeah.
Well, I can just tell for like, look, and being an accountant, I pretty much have seen all kind of industries. So my aptitude with just seeing certain things is a little different with most folks. Like I know stuff.
Okay.
And I know, a lot of times stuff based really the root of numbers. 1 + 1 is 2. So you getting this and you start getting all these stuff in your shop, and are you gonna be able to make the money back to even pay for all that kind of stuff? People never get thought to it. They never get thought to it. That's one of the key things, like I said, with a shop. And again, we're talking about how some people make business look easy when it's difficult. Call in if you got any experience with entrepreneurship, thinking about the entrepreneurship, aspirations or whatever. Give us a call. We had a discussion again. We're talking about when people see certain things, the perception is a whole lot easier than what it is. Call in, add to the conversation. 678-740-9894. What we got right here? I don't go too fast. On TikTok, the tag said, I will support every live broadcast of yours at your account. Let me be your friend. Okay. Can we be friends? Or your supporters can be. Okay, I'm trying to. Yeah. Okay.
Always.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay, cool. Yeah, thanks. Make sure there ain't no spam, lad.
Just say always.
Yeah. Always. Thank you, lad. But again, when we talk about that, but I was talking about the about losing my train of thought. When I was speaking earlier about the it'll come back to me.
When you buy things and you don't realize that you got to get the cost back from putting all these supplies in the shop and stuff like that, and that's how. We got to get that money back. That's what you were saying last time.
Wait, even just like with the salons, like, dog, that's what I was about to say. I remember when I had that salon, I was right off Old National, and you got to think about it. I don't know nothing about damn hair, right? But I got the tax office down the street on 85. The thing of it was, I'm seeing all these people that were first in the hair industry, and they're buying out. They open up shops. They got all the bells and whistles,
right.
All this other kind of stuff, but they not understanding math. They don't put all this, startup costs in there.
Right.
It took you years to make this damn money back.
Right.
I had nice shit that I bought used off Craigslist.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Hey, me and my son went in there
and picked it up.
Hanging up.
Right. Putting it in.
Got somebody buff it out, got it nice and neat for the ladies. Right. Because I had older ladies that wanted nice, clean, it was secure, everything was serviceable. You did what I'm saying?
Right.
And they were cool, right? They didn't need all them bells and whistles. But it was a reason why everybody around me 20 last year to 17. That's say a lot, man. I opened my shit and closed it.
And not knowing nothing
And not
about
knowing
hair.
damn thing
About hair.
But I went to all the seminars,
Uh-huh.
paid to go to different mastermind groups to learn different phases as far as ownership and different things to do that, you know, invest in myself. And those kind of things we're going to talk about. We ain't got. I hadn't even started talking about some of the things that people need to do.
Okay.
But those kind of things I think people don't think about.
Yeah,
you know, like,
true.
hey man, you know, I wanted to look this, I wanted to look that, but the math still gonna be what? The math,
right?
You know, you can have
numbers don't lie,
all that stuff, but damn man, you still charging a certain price. Can you sell enough of these to make that money back, and also pay your current expenses, and also bring some money back to you, so you can survive? People don't do that because you know why?
That's a lot of math.
Numbers keep you honest. Numbers keep you honest. Words and film, they keep you dreaming. If people don't want to sit and look at, well, now I talk to guys, well, I wasn't trying to look about the money. It's always about the money. Because if you ain't making the money, you can't keep the shit open.
Right.
Like, no. How you gonna tell
I'll worry about the money later?
How you gonna tell an accountant, yeah, it's not about the money? No, man. We gotta pay bills.
It's always about the money.
Yeah, come on now.
You didn't get in this for you should have just been a charity if you got it for free.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Slick said these things are some important cause. These things are super important because when you look at Shark Tank, they want customer acquisition and pricing, etc., stuff like that we don't look at, that most entrepreneurs don't look at.
Well, you know, I won again, guys, call in number 678-740-9894. 9894. I apologize again. 678-740-9894. I won a couple of pitch contests when I was in college.
Okay.
But when I was in grad school. But that's one of the biggest things. You got to know your numbers.
Right.
Because why am I give you money for you to make money? And you got to pay me my money back. Right. So if you're not going to make enough money to pay me back, why the hell I'm giving you money?
Right.
So they got to know that you know your numbers inside out. People don't spend time doing that.
No.
You know, when they start doing that, they knee deep into it and they paying vendors trying to keep the doors open. Now they trying to, you know, redo this, that, and that.
Right.
You gotta come see Short Dollar before you do all that.
So you can know exactly
how much
that you gotta do.
You gotta see Short Dollar. I told you it's cheaper when I got to deliver the baby. And I gotta do open heart surgery. We got man checkbook. But you know, we started thinking about a couple things that I think when we start looking at, we're talking about how some people make business look easy when it's difficult. There are a couple of common characteristics that most people have that are pretty, you know, stay even keel, make things look a whole lot simpler than what they are. And one of the first things they experience, you know, experienced entrepreneurs that learn from their past mistakes and successes. They develop a deep understanding of the business world, enabling them to navigate challenges more effectively. And that's the thing, just like anything else. Hey man, I tried that before. Just like, that didn't work before. I wanted to do this, that didn't work. You know, you had, your headaches, your setbacks, and things like that. Experience is the best teacher in the world.
Always.
Because at the end of the day, until you try something, you're always going to be assuming, right? So again, everything doesn't have to be a win. You know, just when you feel like, okay, you got to be monetary or something like that. Some things just you bumping your head, you learn, look, hey, bro, I tried
that.
Like me in the damn music industry. Shit. Hey, man, I told you, boy, that damn studio told me, hey, look, that is not your lane. But most importantly,
the best story I ever heard.
But I tell you what, most importantly, and people come to me all the time, man, you can do this, you can do that. It taught me, man, that ain't the shit you're interested in. It's not, leave it alone.
You said it all the time. I don't want to do that.
No, I got familiarity with it. I got an interest with it. Cool. I'm not, people get money. Well, I'm going to be an investor in this. If you don't even know what it is to be an investor, sit on the sideline, learn. Maybe go work somewhere and just get it, whatever. And then like, man, it's okay, man. Maybe I can invest in it because you have some kind of experience of dealing with it or seeing how it is. And that'll teach you.
But Tank always say, they always say, as an investor, I only invest in things that I'm passionate about.
Where at the end of the day, they can see how they can enhance, because you're going in for money and they see when you look at Shark Tank how they can enhance it. Be it different, sales channels, they experience with certain industries and stuff. They can actually, they're looking at how man, I see what you're doing,
right? But
if I can add to this, but a lot of times when people have money in their pocket and they say, well, look, man, I want to start this up and I want to do that because you eat there, You shop there. You got a friend doing. They seem pretty comfortable doing. Let me add into it, but you don't steal no shit about it.
Right.
You finna set your money on fire.
Might well give it to me.
Yeah. You know, and I'm a big proponent, man. Look, don't do stuff like that, man, because you know, depending on where you at, you know, financially, you can really hurt relationships and you know, friendships and family stuff because you know, you thinking that you know, I trust this person. I'm telling you, man, you know what that was. Shit, we years out. I can talk about it now. You know, $20,000 we lost when we bought those houses and stuff.
Right.
And you know, I blame myself because it was a friend that I didn't scrutinize. I would have did something, you know. But again, that's and it happens.
Right.
And you talking about a person like me that knew better.
That knew better
To do that. And I was 70 grand in. But you know, it was about $20,000 had lost. But shit, I ain't got no money to be getting out like that. You know what I'm saying?
Because how many zeros you got?
Whatever, about 7, 8 years ago, maybe 10 years ago. But man, I'm just saying. I will say this. What I will say, and I stick by this. The other side, I would not have brought me. I would have brought I wouldn't bring Lab in on something like, hey, dog, nah, this, that, and that. Now, me and you, that's what we do. But I wouldn't have brought. He should have brought me. That's how I feel. But I blame me. You know, that's another story. But a lot of times people get into it. I want to invest in doing it. You got to have experience, guys. Yeah. You got to experience. People that actually experience stuff, they see stuff differently. They know what's, you know, what they feel perceived as right or wrong, what's good or whatever, and what can work. But a lot of times we get traffic confused with profits. We get traffic confused with profits.
Oh,
we think because something is busy, it's making money.
Right.
But it's not the case. They get busy. Right?
Just busy.
They busy. And they getting busier and busier. And the actual cost to stay open and do certain things is greater than the revenue they're making. Revenue may be like, we look, you know, in the finance world, revenue may be like this, but the cost may be going like this.
Yeah, the expenses.
Exactly, because the cost to make the product and the overhead and stuff may be increasing, but it's not making. That's why you see so many places that are busy. They closing like, damn, I thought y'all making money, but they don't do any kind of price analysis, cost analysis. You gotta bring them number nerds in. You gotta bring them in and stuff with doing that. And a lot of times people know so much they don't want to. You dig what I'm saying? So you got to make sure that you have the right people in place for that. So the first one being experience. The second one, guys, and I think people really discredit this because, you know, it can be perceived the wrong way. And that's confidence. You know, confident individuals are better at handling difficult situations. Their self-assuredness helps them make decisions, take risks, face challenges without being easily discouraged. And you know, I've been called it arrogant, conceited. I've been called all kind of shit, right? You know, with doing it. And I know I'm a genuine good person, but a lot of times when, especially even as a black man, you show 1% of confidence, you're gonna get some kind of negative connotation with that. Yeah, exactly. And I think when people see that, you know, a lot of their insecurities are bothered. But one of the biggest things with confidence, man, is that makes me confident is that I'm knowledgeable. Right. Shit, I ain't no damn dummy. If I don't know, you know me well, no Lab. I have no problem saying I don't know. Right. And a lot of times people don't know things,
but they ain't gonna tell you.
They ain't gonna tell you, and they'll be hesitant. If I'm gonna deal with you, man, I need to be engulfed with it. So when we talk, I'm not so dependent on whatever you telling me. Right. And we can have a conversation with, look, man, I did some reading, dog, and I ain't, you know, the math ain't math. You know, all this kind of stuff is going, and I can be confident about that, knowing certain things, because a lot of just, you know, you got people that just naturally, hey, I think I'm this, that, and that. Right. And that's just how they are. Right. But they ain't making no moves or shaking things. But when you got people that have some success and that confident people, it's because they experienced, they're knowledgeable certain things, they know what's going on. Right. You know, you're not most of the person that walks across a tightrope, they confident, but they don't practice shit. Right. You know what I'm saying? You know, some people are naturally gifted, where they can give speeches and they can do certain things and stuff like that. That does happen. But a lot of times you actually have done some familiarity where, you know, it can put confidence in you and make you feel, okay, I'm more comfortable doing it. But a lot of time, that confident aspect, a lot of people kind of, you know, they are discredited. And
Let me ask you a question. Do you think that? Damn, I just lost my train of thought. That mind, man.
It's all G. It's all G.
It'll come back to me.
It's all G. But I do think that a lot of times you do need confidence in, because again, when it start raining and storming, somebody got to be level headed. And that's one of the biggest things. They really instilled in us in the military. A lot of times, when you see stuff and going in uncertainty, you gotta have that level head. You gotta be even keel, and you gotta be confident. My old platoon sergeant, shout out, retired Command Sergeant Major Barnes. He did a post earlier, and man, I used to really admire him when I was younger. And everybody's like, Sergeant Barnes an asshole, this, that, and that. Right. But he used to be like, man, Burton, man. When he told me, said it's a euphoria you get when everybody say my name. I know they think excellence. And I'm like, damn, you know what I'm saying? But the man used to be on top of his stuff.
Right.
But that inspired me at when I was like 19 and 20. Damn, man, I want to have. But he was locked in on his stuff, and he was very, very confident in himself. And he was confident in himself because, hey, he's gonna make sure he's a standard he have. I say to my kids, also, the standard.
Right.
Hey, this is how we're gonna do things.
To change.
And if you keep that kind of way, it is a certain way that people look at you. It's a certain way that you're gonna force yourself to move and operate with certain things. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because if I'm bad, I'm bad.
Right.
See, a lot of folks have confidence in everything. They say they fail. Nobody gonna listen to you.
Right.
But when you're a producer and you're doing certain things, people, shit, I can't stand Poochie, but shit,
I can't argue with results.
Hey. What we say, we can argue opinions, but we can't argue results. Hey, how you feel, but what you see and what you know, it is what it is. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that key thing is confidence. The second one, remember, guys, tonight we're talking about how some people make business look easy when it's difficult. We're just going through a couple characteristics that I feel people should have in regards to that. And feel free to call in 678-740-9894. Again, 678-740-9894. The next one being, make sure I ain't missing nobody's comments or anything. Anybody on
no comments
on Facebook? No. The next one being adaptability. And this is very important. Successful business people are adaptable and can adjust their strategies and approaches based on changing market conditions, and they can embrace changes, view challenges, opportunities for growth. Sometimes you have an obstacle in front of you, and some folks look at it like, man, this is just too much. I can't do it. I need to stop. You ever been around people? I can't do this. Some folks like, damn, man, shut the hell up. Let's just do it.
Right.
Everybody can't handle that. And then when you be as an entrepreneur, because everybody can handle making money, money coming in.
Yeah,
but everybody can't handle in, oh man, the music stopped.
Right.
The bathroom ain't working, the lights flickering, somebody called in. And some folks just have a damn nervous breakdown. And some people like, okay, cool. Stop. Let's call this person. Let's do this. Oh man, hey man, we gotta do double up or whatever. Night and day. Same situation, got a different response. And adaptability is very key when you start talking about entrepreneurship and business. And again, I'm not saying if you don't have these qualities, you won't be successful in business, but I'm saying people that have these qualities typically make stuff look a whole lot smoother than what it is, right?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so, what we say in the military all the time, adapt and overcome.
Right.
Stuff is gonna change, stuff is gonna adjust.
Let me ask you a question about adaptability, and this may be not on the same premise of what you're discussing, but I want to ask: do you think some people don't adapt because they get stuck in their ways? They know what they know, like they know this, like you said, the radio went out, the toilet stopped up, and this is happening, but they don't know that's not what they do. So they focus on what they do, and it's somebody else's problem to get those other things fixed. Even if they're the entrepreneur, they might say, "Hey, store manager, can you get this other stuff fixed?" While they focusing on what they know.
Yeah, because if you don't know how to be responsible to certain things, I mean, it's all gonna come back and bite you in the butt. Being able to adapt to different situations, because the situation's still there.
Right.
Regardless of what you do, how you want to change, how you want to move, the situation is still there. Right.
Right.
So your response is what's going to dictate what the future outcome, how everything is going to go forward. So the DJ didn't call. Somebody called. Didn't come. Somebody called in. The oven stopped working. The lights going out. We ran out of chicken and all this other kind of stuff.
Right.
Your response still is needed.
Right.
You can do it in a way that can benefit you, or you do it in a way that can hurt you.
Right.
You still got to do it.
Right.
And if you stuck in your ways, don't know what to do, whatever, it's gonna come out that way.
Mm-hmm.
So people have a rainbow of reasons why they don't adjust. It's just that people that you listen successful in business know how to figure some kind of way out.
Right.
Hey man, run out to the grocery store, go buy some chicken.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, this, that, and that. Looking, hey y'all, listen, I apologize. There, I got a response together, proactive with everything like that. Listen, I'm sorry. Hey, listen, I'm gonna give you some complimentary this, give you a ticket, come back. Something gotta have,
Right.
And people that you look successful, they have some kind of way to do that.
Right. To make the customer happy.
We can't make the deadline. Listen, man, the shit coming.
Right.
I'm not coming to you, man. Listen, this, that, and that.
Right.
You already got a call, but those people actually know how to do things.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And some of it's inside you, some
Mm-hmm.
of you learn out of experience and stuff like that. But adaptability is huge because it's not if something happens, it's when.
Right.
There you go. So you just gotta be ready for it.
Right.
And most times stuff you're not prepared for.
If COVID didn't teach us anything, it was adaptability, right?
Yeah.
Like,
well,
when we were doing podcasts, we did them on Zoom. But if that didn't teach all businesses something, adaptability should have been one of them.
Well, open one of the things that I think COVID helped a lot of people get a lot of premature success.
Mm-hmm.
But now we out of COVID, you see a lot of people crumbling now.
Can't retain.
Yeah, because folks, think about it, dog. Shit, folks out now.
I'm gonna give you one example.
Mm-hmm.
Zoom.
Yeah,
it's crumbling now.
Well, the stock in Zoom,
it's going down. But they used to charge you $30 a month. Now they charge you $5.
Well, the demand and competition. We'll do that, and that's any business.
Mm-hmm.
Because you the number one wing spot in the spot, everybody liking it, but now you got 4 or 5 more,
mm-hmm.
and you really got a differentiation strategy for people to come. Like everybody got hookah, everybody got live bands, everybody got this, that, and everybody got brunch.
Yeah,
shit. Now you damn near out there got porn girls out there, trying to get folks in. Man, the shit right doing now to get business, man, it's ridiculous. So you got to be able to adapt. You got to be able to adapt, and those things, people, and that's a trait that I think a lot of entrepreneurs or people want to be entrepreneurs don't really want to even look at.
Right,
like you said, to your point, this is how we're gonna do it.
Right,
but you ain't buying your shit. And you gotta,
right.
You gotta understand, like,
right,
what that market wants and everything. But that's one. That's a very important one. Another one, man, is key one. This is networking. Building a strong network of contacts provide access to valuable resources, advice, and support. Networking open doors to opportunities that can make your business operation smooth and more manageable. Man, let me tell you something, dog. And me and my third boy, Chris, we were just sitting there riding the other day rapping. And I know Christopher's a smart kid, but he doesn't naturally. My first and my oldest boy, my third boy, both of them show up. They don't like talking to people.
Right.
But they got talking to people expectations.
Right.
And that's why I be saying, like, shit. That's what I be saying. Like, you want shit to go on your life, but you don't want to talk to folks.
Right.
And those kind of things, I understand. And the network is not just people, just people. I think that's where, me and Will B were talking about. My baby boy was talking about the other day. It's Kevin Samuels talk about that all the time. But I think a lot of times that stuff, because of his delivery, will get going over people's head. When you start looking at an actual network, it's almost like an asset.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? When you got decision makers and stuff like that, especially in business, just several different vendors, people in other areas where you can actually call and get, different restaurant owners in different states. You can, hey, bro, let me bounce this idea off of you. What y'all doing over here, this, that, and that? Instead of a lot of times looking at folks like they competition, I don't want to say shit to them, or feel like they're going to steal my idea. Hey, now, man, let's just, we fellowshipping, and building up intel from each other. Having certain people like, politicians and stuff like that. So if you do need some kind of warning, code or ordinance going to change, or if things have changed, you got some kind of voice. Having OGs and all that kind of stuff. Those kind of things are needed, man, and they will help you in your business. But if you don't know no damn body, and you don't have people to bounce out, man, it's gonna be tough. What old boy told Ray? So you sure you want to leave, Ray? It's cold. Right. My favorite line. It's cold out there, Ray.
It's cold out there, Ray.
Shit. And you want to step out there in the woods, you don't know anybody. You figure, okay, I don't want to do this.
Right.
I do this by myself or whatever. It's hard.
People, and I think people take networking as going to events. You can network by just going to the Quick Trip and you see somebody, y'all give eye contact and speak to each other. That you never know who that person you speaking to may be.
Man, I got a good friend of mine. Me and her talk. She's a big proponent of networking. Um, and we were just sitting there talking, with doing it, and she gets it.
Mhm.
And but I say a lot of times people don't really understand the significance of doing that,
Mhm.
because depending on the setting or where you're at, people not used to doing certain things. Like they may only do it in the area that they're comfortable with.
Mhm.
Whereas sometimes you got certain people. We start talking about these trace entrepreneurs
Mhm.
everywhere.
Right.
There's an opportunity to network.
Right.
Some people get like, okay, I'm not comfortable. I don't know these folks, or I know most people here, so I'm cool with talking to you.
Mhm.
But some folks just like, shit, is anytime I can sell my best product,
Mhm.
i.e. me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I think the better, space, and just being black owned business, that's a big thing that I think a lot of us don't do.
Right.
And even when we do network, it's more of to me, a sideshow instead of a networking event. I do this, I do that, I own this business, I got this LLC. But here's the deal, and this is what people I really want folks to understand. We start talking about again, um, uh, you know, people in business making things look easier. It don't benefit me to know lab can't help me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
Like, we cool, I know you.
Right.
It's the difference between people in your network.
Right.
Right. And I think a lot of times people want to sit at a certain table and say, man, we went with these folks, we were drinking, you see the ladies, we went and drunk mimosas, went to this little ladies conference. If all these people are y'all just like can't really benefit each other. Like, that person got advertising expertise, they got marketing expertise, they have financial expertise. It's like y'all can't really work together, but all y'all just kind of like got different pineapple LLC, strawberry LLC, sugar LLC. The hell y'all gonna do for each other?
That's a fruit bowl.
Guys too, you know what I'm saying? Like, we all in there smoking cigars and all that, but it ain't shit we can do for each other.
That advance and help each other's business.
Exactly. Right. Exactly. And damn sustain each other business.
Right.
That don't make sense. But a lot of times people don't want to get past that whole I'm in my comfort zone.
Right.
The more you put yourself, listen, people, the more you put yourselves in uncomfortable positions, the better you will help yourself impact and grow.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Put yourself in uncomfortable positions. Right? The first time you rode your bike, you fell and bust your ass. You kept getting up, you learn, you get more comfortable. So the more you can get around strangers and actually say, let me get my pitch together. Let me do this. When I first started my tax business, my delivery and what I was saying, a lot of questions people ask, I just wasn't prepared for.
Right.
But the more and more I did it, and then I went to places, and I'll be lying to you. I'm looking at like 2002, 2003. I get asked some questions I felt stupid.
Right.
But I wanted that money.
Right.
But you know what I'm saying? So I had to fix myself. And I like, man, I don't want to do that. You be uncomfortable with all this other kind of stuff. But I had to just keep doing things, being in different rooms, uncomfortable situations, and I grew from it. And a lot of times people don't want to do that.
Yeah, I think uncomfortable situations make people, like you say, uncomfortable. But I think it's a whole aspect of, having to talk to people you don't know and explaining them the business and what you do. A lot of us just don't want to do that. Like, I mean, I'm not saying it as a negative trait, because I have those issues sometimes too. I'm not gonna go in a whole bunch of room of people that I don't know one person and just start talking to folks. I'm not extroverted like that. Now Slick, she don't know a stranger. She'll go in the room, and before you know it, everybody know her name and everything. But that's just not what I do. I've never been that type of person. But I'm trying to get a little bit better at it as I go along.
Well, the key is you got a Slick. If you don't have a Slick, you don't have a choice. You got to.
Right.
And that's just being real.
Right.
And if you don't want to do that, you can't have them kind of expectations. Somebody at a comment.
Yeah, my name show said networking is two or more like-minded people discussing ways to further their businesses and livelihoods.
Yeah, and that's a great example, my name show. But that's the thing about it too, Leo. Like, if we can't, it's a difference between a network and people I know.
Right.
Like, I can know you.
Right.
But it's somebody being working at a job 30 years and they know everybody. But if they can't make a decision, like, I don't want you to tell me, hey man, submit your application there and I might talk to the supervisor.
Right.
That ain't no network. That's somebody you know.
Right.
But if I know, hey, man, look, Putin send this dude to me, man.
Mm-hmm.
And just because of my name, my kids got that benefit. Because that's Deontay's son.
Right.
They know that's Deontay. They not going, my kids don't get interviewed.
Right.
I'm just, I'm being straight up. And that's not from an arrogant standpoint, because I put in so much work with having relationships.
Right.
And they know and they know I'm not going to refer my kids or somebody close to me unless they solid.
Right.
But that's a network. Mm-hmm. When you got decision makers. Mm-hmm. It's decision makers and participators. Participators can't really help you. But decision
makers, you maybe get them to do something.
That's your network.
Right.
And I think people don't want to spend enough time, especially when they go down this road of entrepreneurship. Like, shit, folks that ain't benefiting you.
But do you think that a lot of times entrepreneurs should try to weed out, because participators act like they're a decision maker? Now, we in that room, we spoke as ours, we drinking 1942 or Maker's Mark or whatever, we having a good time drinking Macallan 25. But I know I'm not. I'm nothing but a participator. But I'm gonna present to you like I am a decision maker. How do you weed those things out? Because you may be thinking you're talking to a decision maker.
Experience. That's a good question. Experience gonna teach you to know who bullshit and who ain't.
Okay.
I mean, that's just experience.
Right.
That's just like dating. You know what I'm saying? That experience gonna teach you that.
I don't think nobody goes into a net and talks to somebody like, man, shoot, I just sweep floors. I can't help you. Nobody does that, really.
Well, that's the thing. But that's why I said go experience. You gonna work on your pitch, because you don't know what to say.
Right.
Because you can go in and try to make you seem like more glamorous than what you are. And then I get to dealing with you like, hey, man, I thought your ass can handle this. So you're going to learn. I mean, that's why I say you will learn. That's why you have to do it. And you will learn how to draft that image of what you exactly are. Be it premium, discount, average, whatever. You'll learn how to do that. But you got to get out there and do it. That makes sense.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I think with the advent of social media, everybody's a decision maker on social media. You get what I'm saying? Everybody's the decision maker of that business on social media, of any business that they posting on social media.
No, when I'm talking about decision makers, I'm talking about the people that can make a decision for you.
Right.
They can help you
go
to another level. I mean, you selling me some shit, or me putting my stuff out there.
Right.
I mean, no. A decision can help me go from YouTube to ABC, NBC, this, that, and that, or get government. Those decision makers, those gatekeepers open that, put me at another position. That's what decision makers do. Participators are people that just like you, whatever. And I ain't saying don't deal with participators, but you got to know. And like I just told you before, experience teaches you how to, ask certain questions. Well, look, man, I kind of threw that bone at him. He didn't really know this, that, and that. I don't think he had the level, this, that. You might be right, you might be wrong, but experience will teach you how to kind of draft and ask certain.
I get what you're saying, right.
Yeah,
you'll know the proper questions and the answers to those questions as time goes on.
Exactly.
You learn how to ask them.
Exactly.
If you're selling widgets, you're gonna say, "Hey, man, I've been selling these widgets for 3 months, and I'm trying to get the distributor." And he'd be like, "Well, I'm a distributor." He'd be like, "Well, how much it costs per box, per widget to get something to ship?" And he'd be like, "Let me get back to you."
There you go. Certain thing and experience teaches you that, and that's critical, though. That's very critical. Again, we're talking about how some people make entrepreneurship and business look easier, even when it's quite difficult. Going through different traits and different characteristics successful entrepreneurs have that people may not necessarily think about doing it. Feel free to call in if you got any questions about it, or you have any stories you want to share about yourself. 678-740-9894. Again, that's 678-740-9894. And this is a key one right here. This problem solving skills. Effective problem solvers can analyze complex situations, identify key issues, and develop practical solutions. They approach challenges systematically, making difficult decisions appear more manageable. And that's why I say sometimes, man, when you just got all this big cluster mess going on, hey, man, let's just stop, pump the brakes, whatever. And a lot of times people try to make decisions on the fly based off emotion and want to be logical because you scared, you nervous, you're impatient, you broke, and you doing things that probably wasn't wise. You might, hey, let me just stop. I always remember a key scene that I love that scene on Snowfall. Franklin and them, I think they had lost a plug or something like that, and everybody, hey, y'all listen. If y'all got something constructive to say, I'm all ears.
Mhm.
All ears. I want y'all talk. But
Right.
if you don't, just shut the hell up and let me figure this stuff out like I normally do.
Right. Right.
And that's the thing about it. He just let me stop.
Mhm.
That and Peaky Blinders
Mhm.
when they had lost damn what happened. I think they had got busted and everything. The family
Right.
yeah got shut down and everything. And he went in the woods
Uh-huh.
for a couple of days.
Season one.
Yeah, he just went in the woods for a couple of days and let me do what I do
Mhm.
and figure it out. And those kind of people, like I said, just problem solvers. They they don't fold under pressure.
Right.
Because everybody, let me tell you something. Everybody want to be the boss.
Right.
When shit going good.
Right.
When it ain't wrong. Let me tell you something. I've been on so many boards. Hell, I'm still on some boards or seen things. When shit get rough, well, I resign. I quit. I ain't getting paid for this. Like punk ass. I've seen this so many times.
Rough, rugged, and
When
raw.
shit get rough, somebody saying something to you, stuff going. You see grown ass men. People quit.
Uh-huh.
Hey man, look, there's a problem. Let's fix it.
Right.
But they ain't built for it.
Mhm.
They ain't built for it. You know what I'm saying? And that's a lot of time when stuff get rough, people quit, run away, avoid it, and stuff like that. But that's one of the key traits with people that are very successful.
That's a power. That power, problem solving, and adaptability actually should be together because you have to adapt to problems.
Well, the adaptability you can adjust to it and move. The problem solving you might got to fix the shit.
Okay.
Because you can adapt and because they take something away or they change the law. You got to adapt and adjust. Problem solving, you just got to fix it. It may be something you got to fix.
Okay.
You might can't. Something you got to adapt to, you might can't fix it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
What if your adapting is fixing it?
Well, that's that.
Okay.
But
I get what you're saying.
But that I'm gonna tell you, like, especially things are complex, or it can be nerves and scares. Especially you got a lot of things going on in addition to things still working. Everybody ain't built for that. Everybody ain't built for that. That's why a lot of times people don't understand when you start getting that high level, those high level executives and stuff like that. People trip on them where they getting all this money. They getting all this money because they know how to handle those particular things. What's up, Devo? Hey, I want to give a big shout out. Give us a big shout out to one of my brothers, one of my high school teammates, Devon Meyer. He just got reelected for city council in our state. Hey, bro. Devo said, good conversation, brother. I be checking in, so boy, I'm proud of you, dog. He just got reelected Tuesday, man.
Okay.
And I don't know if they do city councilman or alderman or whatever. But man, big shout out to Devo. I'm super proud of you, man. I'm glad you checked in. But yeah, you just got reelected Tuesday, man. Got 4 more years, man.
So which city?
Austell.
Austell. That's
Austell. City Austell. That was my high school teammate, my dog. Man, super proud of you, boy. But I think that's one of the things I think a lot of times people really that problem solving. People underestimate that because when shit hit the fan,
right.
Folk cussing and da. Hey man,
right.
Somebody got to be cool. Somebody got to be cool. Somebody got to
prevail.
And when you get to when you got to get to that spot where you got to be cool, you might got to pump the brakes, go by yourself, do this, that, and that. However you do it, that ain't that you ain't got to sit here and make the decision then. But however, you gotta be able to fix stuff when it go wrong. Right. Again, we're talking about making business look easy. Some people make business look easy when it's difficult. We're going through different characteristics. Another one, and this is a very key thing. A lot of folks, I think this is really internal.
Okay.
I don't necessarily know the something you can build. This resilience and resilient individuals bounce back from setbacks and failures. They view failures as learning experiences rather than insurmountable obstacles, allowing them to persevere and face the difficulties. And I'm gonna tell you something, dog. And this is what I think one of the key things with success. People that are successful, I'm gonna be real with you. They perceive setbacks and failures totally different. Some people, when shit go wrong, they didn't get the sale, they didn't get a promotion, they didn't get the deal. Certain things that go on a certain way, you can't get their ass out of bed. They quit, close the business, they complain, da. People that are successful, it hurt them just as much, but their time to recover and get out of it is less. Much quicker, right? Some folks like that, they're just traumatized, man. They're depression, all kind of stuff. They're in a real funk. Successful people, it hurt them. You know what I'm saying? And when I think about a lot of these things, like and again, I ain't just even look at myself.
Right.
I knew like when I was going through my divorce, certain other things happen. I got a gift of internalizing stuff. Not that it don't bother me, but I know I got other shit going
on, right?
And I know how to juggle down there 12 balls at a time. That's just something I always had a gift for doing that. But the actual impact of that setback or failure doesn't affect him that much. Again, that's a key thing with a lot of successful people, especially with entrepreneurs, even in business, is just that when things happen to them, it hurt them,
right?
But the impact on them is not as great. Like, damn, man, this bothered me, but it might be 24, 48 hours. I'm back on my saddle. We problem solving, adapting, whatever. But people that aren't resilient, man, I'm telling you, dog, it's like, damn, I got to shut this shit down. They they go into damn drug use, alcoholism. They might beat on somebody. It's just the impact that it has is so much greater. And like I said, I don't necessarily know that's something you can practice on. I think that's probably one of them internal traits that you got it, you don't.
Right.
You can work on it because again, I always tell people I can't tell a lab how to feel.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And when people go through stuff, I'm very mindful of that. Like, man, you can get over it, this, that, and that. I never ever get into conversation telling people how to feel. But I can tell you, look, the more you dwell on this shit, it ain't fixing it.
Right.
And you still got, that clock, that second hand still damn ticking. Right? You know what I'm saying? And that will go with anything, divorce, you dealing with personal stuff, death in the family. I mean, y'all walk out of a funeral. Walk out of you got all this pain, all this loss. As soon as you walk out of that damn church or funeral home, you see a busy ass world going on. They don't give a shit.
Right.
Traffic, honking. Y'all heard the hell up with the damn funeral line. Right, shit, y'all hold me up.
Cutting you off.
Yeah. They don't give a damn.
Right.
They don't give a damn at all.
Right.
Everything's still going. And that's a key thing, that resiliency thing. A lot of folks, that's people go into a lot of enthusiasm. We're gonna start this business. We're gonna do this. We're gonna sell these pies and cakes and this, that, and that. When shit don't go right, you lost money on this particular idea. They devastated. Some folks like, man, let's just pivot and turn. Let's adjust.
Right.
Let's drop the price. Let's clear this shit out. Let's go back to it. We learned this.
Go back to the drawing board.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Their recovery time from the impact is totally different. That's a key thing. So if you do have a situation where you are one of those type of people that dwell on setbacks and failures, you might want to start reassessing. Like, hey man, maybe I don't. You might kind of stay a little bit more cognizant of how much you dwell on those particular things. That's the best advice I can give you with doing that, because that resiliency is huge in entrepreneurship, and a lot of times you don't see that, right? With that, another key thing is time management. Effective time management skills can help prioritizing tasks, delegating responsibilities, and staying organized. Business people who manage their time effectively can handle multiple tasks and challenges with apparent ease. We talk about this a lot of time with time management. Getting rid of distractions. We're in a world now. There are so many systems in place to help you stay organized. Google timers. I mean, not Google Map. Google Calendar. Alarms, notifications, all this kind of stuff. Where you can have things in place. All kind of organizers and stuff like that. You have to be able to do that. The especially in the world right now with so much social media, it's easy to get on your phone
and be in there for an hour or
hours or two.
Right.
And you look up, damn man, I done missed most of my. What's Slick said? Come to the mic. I'm sorry.
I think that was me. Okay. That was me, because you was already at the mic and I was back here.
Oh, yeah. But I think a lot of times people get caught up in that. But you got to be able to stay on task with doing it. What the hell? I've shared it before. This is my week. Guys. I've done plenty of shows on this before. You ever go to, I don't have nobody in my crib, but I've talked about when you go in my crib, you see that
I've seen it.
The yearly, yearly goals.
Right. I seen the whiteboard.
I got the whiteboard with the yearly goals.
Right.
And then I got the monthly goals, and then this the weekly.
Right.
So that's when I talk about that, and I try to stay on task with everything with that. And this is when I look at the monthly goals, I break it down. So to take care on, broke down on a weekly basis. This is what I want to do this week in regards to what I had for the year, what we're gonna knock out this month,
right?
And these is for that particular week. I do these tasks, and whatever I do with the summation, all that, it'll add up to
Mm-hmm.
the yearly goals.
Right.
Might make it, may not make it. But this is how I stay on task with it.
Mm-hmm.
These are the things I know I can do. Got it segregated by priority and stuff. Some stuff can roll over to the next day, but I stay on top of that. And I've been like this for years. People are like, man, what the hell are you doing, Poochie?
Right.
And they see it. But this how I am with everything. This how I'm able to juggle several different things.
Right.
But again, in the age of technology that we have, there are so many products and stuff out there for people to stay on top of it. Especially when we go in this world of entrepreneurship. You don't have a time clock or stuff like that. You don't have a supervisor on your back. You don't have all that kind of stuff. So you got to be very, very, very disciplined to be able to stay on top of stuff. You got to be able to it, because if you're not disciplined, and you know the entrepreneurship gonna be tough for you,
right?
Because you ain't got, like I said again, you ain't got no performance reviews. You ain't got all. You just got your damn bank account going up and down, and you got to be able to be. You know, if you can't do it, you got to be able to have parameters or people in place that can help you.
Right.
I'm telling you, dog. That's what kill a lot of folks, man. They just not be able to stay on task with certain things. That's the key thing, man. Having those time management skills. Again, guys, tonight we're talking about how some people make business look easy when it's difficult. Nobody's called in. I know your ass, got questions.
Always. They always come to you after.
Call in, guys. 678-740-9894. Again, that's 678-740-9894. Again, we're going through the whole list of things. We nearing the end of it. But here's another one, guys. Emotional intelligence. People with high emotional intelligence can navigate social situations, build relationships, communicate effectively. They understand their own emotions and those of others, leading to better negotiation and conflict resolutions. People getting their feelings when you talk to them. Hey, you getting your feelings.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And, sometimes people do you right, they do you wrong. Be able to keep it even keel with that kind of stuff. Some folk rude, some folk dirty. They steal and all kind of stuff.
Right.
And you got to know how to handle it accordingly.
Right.
A key thing, a lot of times you look at a lot of these some gangster movies, and you'll see some of them guys, like, they know they dealing worlds of crooks dealing with each other.
Right. They know
they got to have a certain way that they deal with each other, because at the end of the day, they're already doing something illegal.
Right.
And they have to be able to deal with people that just like them, but they got to have some kind of trust and rapport with them to be able to move and adjust with certain things. That makes sense. And I think that those, you see how certain people, like, I was just looking at a snippet from The Godfather earlier. And Michael Corleone was telling the guy, like, hey, man, like, he know he dealing with a slime. He, he crooked too. But it's certain things they got to be able to deal with, because, I know this guy disrespected you. But can you just keep yourself cool? Because I'm trying to make a deal with this guy.
Oh, yeah.
And let's just get that stuff going on.
And that's his friend.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it may not even be friends, but are we really? Because that this guy, he's very rude, he's very disrespectful. But we got the deal we're trying to make. I'm not trying to say everybody got to compromise, but in the grand scheme of things, are we gonna miss out on this? Because you seen the one on Snowfall, Franklin was getting on Leon.
Yeah.
He said, man, I built it. They play it a lot. I built this brick by brick.
Right.
Like how they do talk to you.
Right.
We trying to really lose this money.
Oh, because of the way he talked to you.
Because of that. And he understood why his friend was upset. But the big picture, we can't miss that on that, because of your feelings.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I seen a lot, man. When I got to corporate America, man, I was seeing so much. A lot of them guys weren't liking each other, but the deal was the deal.
Right. That was it.
They weren't doing anything illegal. They weren't doing anything unethical. But at the end of the day, the deal was the deal.
Right.
And you just don't want to lose sight of the big picture. Is that me?
Is that me? That was you probably when you were sitting back. It's a delay.
I got you. Okay.
A delay.
You don't want to lose sight of the deal.
Right. Because
of how somebody handling things.
Right.
That happen a lot, dog. And that emotional intelligence, you got to just be able to be cool.
Right.
I will say, because I've had the advantage to be able to sit on boards, local and national boards, where I had to learn that kind of stuff, listen to stuff like, man, did that just say that to me? And be able to put certain things aside. And you got a professional way of checking people, but you learn that out of experience.
Right.
But you can't always be like, hey, man, look, you want to go in another room? You want to do this in the way, kind of a certain way.
You got to let it slide sometimes.
Sometimes you got to have a certain kind of rapport.
And the overall in the best interest of the business or whatever the deal may be or the networking may be, you have to let it slide. You gotta let it go.
Business owner,
Right.
You got somebody come in your restaurant, and you tell like they just a rude ass customer. Now, they haven't cursed you.
Right.
They're not raising saying or whatever that you really like. Okay, we're compromising, but they're not pleasant.
Right.
And you gotta sit here and just still stay here. And you know what's that, man? She been riled or snap on her ass. I want to say something to her. But at the end of the day, now, like again, if they're cursing you, they're being a threat, they're making other people uncomfortable, that's different. But if they're just not pleasant, and it happens a lot. People go into places, they rude, they don't speak back, they don't say certain things. Like, look, but you gotta just have emotional intelligence. Like, look, I'm still getting that money.
Right.
I ain't saying like let nobody disrespect you,
right,
or do anything like that. But again, sometimes you just gotta be the bigger person to get the bigger money.
Right.
And I think that's a big thing that when you are successful people, like, look, man, hey, we getting paid. I ain't saying it's a difference between they cursing you, doing this, that, and that way, it's disrespectful. Because it ain't even worth it then. But when we start just they not pleasant or doing something, and I'm using pleasant loosely with doing it. You just got to be. We talk about emotional intelligence, not letting your emotions match theirs, and now you done change who you are.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, people gonna focus less on the person that was rude
and on
how you handle a certain situation. So that's a key thing.
Because they gotta come back to you again.
Exactly. Another key characteristic is continuous learning. Most successful entrepreneurs are lifelong learners, right? And successful entrepreneurs invest in continuous learning and stay updated with industry trends, new technology, and best practices. This knowledge equips them to make informed decisions and adapt to market changes. And the more you know, I got to make sure I'm learning all the new tax law. I do videos all the time, and we just released a couple of videos the other day. They increased the caps for the IRAs, the 401ks. Those got increased. What was the other video? Well, they made changes and stuff. Those kind of things. I got to make sure I know what's going on.
Right.
I got to make sure I know what's happening in regards to different things I can offer to my clients, or insight I got to give to them. What they was able to do this last year may not be able to what they do
this year.
Exactly. And you got to make sure that as a business owner, you stay informed with certain things, certain products and stuff. And that with any business. If you actually got a restaurant or whatever, what new technology they have? What new ways and techniques? It can be a different way that customers are handled, the way staff is handled, where they manage and process and stuff. You got to stay on top of that.
Right.
And again, you have to. And if you're not, you got to make sure you got somebody that's going to be that person taking care. They're staying abreast of it. Don't ever get comfortable. Like you just mentioned, in this world of technology, information age, you can become a dinosaur real quick.
Right. And real quick.
Overnight. Exactly. So you got to make sure that you're investing in yourself. And lastly, guys, this is very key. Leadership skills. Strong leadership qualities such as vision, communication, decision-making, enabling individuals to inspire and motivate their teams. Effective leaders can rally their employees toward common goals, making business operations appear smoother. I'm going to tell you something, guys. Like, one big thing people lose in leadership is having a vision and being able to explain that vision. And you can have a certain way you do it. And I ain't saying you got to be for friends, but folks that got to at least understand what the hell you mean.
Right.
And if you don't make it where it's clear, because one thing about it with me, and I talk about it all the time, people say, well, you be coming and you be coming at folks this way, you sound this way. No, I said what the hell I said. I make sure one y'all, man, people know me. It ain't no confusion.
Right.
Now you just don't want to process whatever. You know what the hell it is.
Right.
I said what I said. And I think I do a very good job of saying it. You might not like it.
Right.
But you have to be able to relay your vision, what you want people to do, your expectations, and all that stuff. It need to be crystal clear and not leave people in a situation where they're, well, he ain't say this, maybe that. No, you need
assuming.
Exactly. Right. So we don't want no damn assumption. We want you knowing. And when you're a leader, you have to be able to do that's a key thing with leaders. And not just give people orders and give people rules, be able to explain to them how they can accomplish those rules under different circumstances.
Right.
That's a key thing. Because what I say and what I tell you to do, Lab may have to do it a different way because he's doing something. The next person may have a different way. You got to be able to do that. And you may not have all the answers, but you got to be able to do what? Take your ass time to figure it out yourself, be able to do it. Because you don't want people thinking all kind of ways or misinformed because they're still going to the end customer.
Right.
So you got to be able to do that. And I think a lot of time with leadership, people don't. There's a lot of people not good leaders.
They don't.
They want to be in charge.
Yeah.
Because, like I said again, that's a key thing. That communication. I have my vision, and I have to make sure that my vision is understood by the people that got to put it out. You know, when we're in the military, you got officers do the strategic piece, and NCOs and enlisted. They carry them out, but they got to be clear,
right? Because
if it's not clear, we're not gonna be able to carry it out.
Right.
You're like, no, that's not what I want.
If
this
is
what you say.
Bridge on the right side, but they meant the left.
Exactly. No. Or you want me to get in the damn middle?
Right.
No, you said left. You said right. You have to be able to do that,
right?
And be able to give them a pathway to accomplish that. You got to be able to do that. That's what leaders do. That's what leaders do. And communication is key. Not hollering. I told y'all to clean this up. I told y'all this, that, and that. Now my clean it up and your clean it up may be totally different.
Right, two different cleaning up.
I might be on some damn. I gotta see a clear picture of my face on the floor. Yours might be mopping up, and it's decent, but it ain't to my standard. Okay. You got to be able to do that. I say the standard, and that's what effective leaders do. They be able to communicate those particular things, right? It's important to note that some individuals may make business look easy, and they often face challenges and setbacks behind the scenes. What sets them apart is their ability to handle difficulties with grace, resilience, and determination. So, guys, if you ever, if you ever want to go down that road of entrepreneurship, again, I love it. With doing it, but you got to be realistic about how you are, your pros, your cons, what you don't do well, what you are not going to do under any circumstance, and be realistic about the impact they can have on your business or your journey in entrepreneurship.
Right.
And so, I appreciate everybody tuned in and stuff like that. Remember, guys, most important, if you came in the middle of the show or at the end, go to Mr. Short Dollar on YouTube. You can check this whole video out in its whole entirety. And leave a comment there. You guys know, usually about 24, 48 hours. Either get back and respond in the comments or questions that you guys may have. But go to Mr. Short Dollar on YouTube, subscribe to the channel, and check the video out. If you missed a good chunk of it, you just came in. But again, a nice show. We talked about how some people make business look easy, even when it's difficult. I hope you guys like the information and, kind of look at yourselves in regard to some of the things we talked about that you may be doing or you may not be doing, things you maybe have to add to yourself or you need to work on personally, to be successful. And if you ever need any further coaching or anything like that, feel free. I got all the contact information in the description section of the videos. I know everything that's streaming on Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube. As far as you want to call the office, book an appointment, get some coaching, that's cool. But we also remember, we got over 800 videos on the YouTube channel. Go over some of this exact information for free that you have at your disposal. You about to say that?
Y'all do know this is a podcast. And if y'all can't watch the podcast as you're driving to work or driving home, you can listen to Mr. Short Dollar and Changing Lives on Pandora, Spotify, Google Play, Stitcher, SoundCloud, Mixcloud. Tune in. iHeartRadio. iHeartRadio. Everywhere you get your podcast listening on, the listening part, the audio part, you can do that with Mr. Short Dollar and Changing Lives. So yeah, check it out. Don't just think you got to watch it. You can listen too. Anyway.
Thanks, brother. I appreciate that.
Right.
Well, listen, guys, I appreciate you guys tuning in. Hope you enjoyed the conversation. Love you all. We'll be back next week with Changing Lives. Next week, the week after next is Thanksgiving, right?
Yeah, we got the next Thanksgiving. Okay. Yeah, next week we be here.
Yeah, we got another great show planned for you next week with Changing Lives. But again, thanks for all the love and support. Appreciate you guys tuning in. And talk with you soon. Take care.